I put
Perfect.
my best. I put my best shirt for this interview.
Okay, so I'm really curious because when I read your profile, or at least I think I was reading what you were responding to in the comments on on the threads, and I thought, wow, he sounds like he does really magical things with this healing, but it sounded as well like you were not born with this. So do you want to tell me how did it all happen for you?
Okay, so in 2018, with a friend, we made a website which was a dentist directory for France. But we were not very compliant with regulations. Like this. We did not ask permission with data that we just grabbed from the internet without asking permission. And basically, we got caught. But since I was in the legal terms of the website, the Dentist Corporation of France started a lawsuit against me. So I went to the police because it's like the Better Business Bureau in France. It's like the police in France. It's like the police of commerce, but it's exactly the same thing as the police. So I had the interrogatory with the police. Yeah, I'm like a criminal. That was horrible. That was horrible.
Oh, shit.
And so what we did is, because for the website we used, I don't know it is where you live, but in France it's like 800 numbers when you charge more for the call, you know. Yeah. And they got really mad because our directory was a leader in France. We got tens of thousands of calls and we could not take all the customers. So instead of making their own website, when a guy alone can make a website, we prefer to close down the website that was a problem. See, but in fact, we actually responded to a problem of the society that nobody can find a dentist in France because they are not accessible very easily. So they sued me because I was in the legal terms of the website, and I risked 300,000 euros of fine and 3 years in jail.
Wow.
Yeah. So I reached a point every night I would go to bed and I would say I don't want to wake up the next morning because I didn't know I was going to pay that, honestly. It's out of my league. And at the same time, my mom passed away. And I was so depressed. And my guitar teacher told me, start meditating. But this is what I did. I started meditation. My wife has been trying to get me to start meditation for years before already. But I'm a stubborn man. You know what they are. Huh?
I know. I think a lot of men are stubborn until they wake up, right?
And after weeks of meditation, I entered into the light for 20 seconds. And I was laughing. I was actually here in that room, and I was laughing so hard. And I was at the lowest point in my life, but I was laughing so hard. I was surrounded by love and light. And I was like, what is this? This is freaking amazing. And my wife came and said, did you take weed or something? We don't have anything, and we don't do substances. So and I said, no, I entered into the light. And that was it for the episode. And then I continued the meditation. And then I said, okay, the lawsuit was still, the process of the lawsuit was still going on. And I said to my wife, we cannot stay in France, let's go to Portugal, because that was our dream, was to go to Portugal. And we got very lucky. This was right before COVID. And we managed to buy a little studio there. And we stayed there. And it is where I met a person with Nepalese priestess. She has a massage salon and she does energetic work. I did not know anything about energy work, honestly. I did not know anything at all about this world. And she cleaned me up. She works with massage and other shamanic techniques. And I don't know why I was totally open to this. I said, let's go. I never did massage at 50 years old. I said, okay, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to, once a week, I'm going to treat myself with a massage. And so she started to clean me up, whatever she does. I had no idea, honestly. I just went with the flow. That was a fun thing to do. That would take me out of my problems. And one day on the massage table, I went, whoa! And I said, what is that? And she said, I got it. But I said, don't know what it was to this day.
So you literally vomited, or you just felt like you were vomiting?
It's just sound.
Yeah.
There is no
it's just
matter. It's like
something
this. It's like I can do it. I will do it live. I try to do a fake one. It's very hard to do fake. It's like, let's say if I absorb a bad energy, I can actually feel it entering here. I feel a shock wave.
Wow.
It's like a gummy bear, kind of. It's really the closest feeling is like a gummy bear, like a blob. And then I go,
Wow.
But
Okay.
sometimes it can last a long time for big problems, and several times in a row. This just happened once. I was like, what was that? And I felt a shock wave of energy on my body, like there was a nuclear bomb dropped on my body. It was like, poof. I could actually feel it, honestly. I was mind blown by this experience. And from that point, when I would go do a session, I would see full HD movies on the table. I was like, oh my God, what is that? Hyper reality, more real than this world. Honestly, this is more real than this.
But okay, hold on one second, Patrice. Between that experience, did your massage therapist explain that experience to you?
No,
of
because of the language barrier. She's from Brazil and she cannot understand English very well.
Okay.
So communication is very limited. So I was just gathering information as I could from what she could tell me, because she was not open to tell that to all her patients because it's very controversial.
Yeah.
So she didn't know if she could talk to me about this. But a little bit at a time, she gave me information so I could put the puzzle back together. And then I started to see my past lives on the table, 1 hour full movie, but a full lifetime. So I remember being a plant, for example, what was absolutely amazing. I have no doubt this is real, honestly. I have absolutely no doubt.
Wow.
This was more real than this here now. It's absolutely incredible. And at some point, when she would give me a massage, I would see an emoji.
An emoji?
Yeah. There's I get a lot of communication via emoji, and it comes with a message at the same time. So and then people started touching me, and I would see emojis on them. It's like, like in the newspaper, in the news on TV, when there's a sign language person in the corner. Same thing, but with a little logo representing a message.
Wow. Okay.
So they would touch me, I would see a heart if they were happy, a mask if it was a liar, a sun if it was a happy person. So that's how it started, very subtle, but I was still meditating a lot at the time. I was meditating 2 to 5 hours a day.
And 1 second, you were not working, or were you working a corporate job then?
I was still self-employed. I was doing digital marketing for other companies.
Okay.
So I have a lot of flexibility in my work hours. And my wife was sick for many years, and nobody found what she had. And one day I said, hey, let's just do like Daniela. Daniela is a lady in Portugal. She has a massage salon. And let's just make up a ritual and see what happens. And we just made up some type of fake Reiki, whatever that was. But our intention was so pure that it actually worked.
Wow.
And I did a ritual on her belly, and I saw a flash. There's a picture on my website. And I said, oh my God, what is that? And when I got a second flash, full HD picture, and I looked it up on Google, I don't know why, I typed parasite in 8, the number 8. And the first picture that came up was the first picture I saw. It's the ankylostoma. It's a parasite that eats the lungs and the tissues from the inside. And I said, that's what you have. And we got very lucky because this was during a lockdown episode and we didn't have to lab tests. We did a meeting with a doctor online and they say, I'm going to prescribe you the medicine. He didn't even ask questions. She didn't even ask for questions. And we got the medicine, and then she got all kind of red dots on her skin. All the parasite died. Wow. And her health recovered. This was the first really medical intuition thing that I received that was real.
Wow.
But then that happened again and again with other people.
Unbelievable.
And then I said, does this work remotely? I'm kind of a curious person, and I embrace the journey. And I met other healers along my path, and they say, oh my God, Patrice, you're not afraid of anything, and you embrace the journey. This is very rare because people are scared of that kind of stuff usually. I was trying to find people online that lived far away and who would be willing to do the experiment. And I found an American forum, actually. I found 10 people. And I said, don't send me your picture. Do not give me your name. I'm going to use your nickname. and I would receive their disease in dreams. Full HD dreams. I would navigate inside their body like a little spaceship. I could talk with the organs, and sometimes energies would come heal the person. And the next day, the person said, "Oh my God, what happened? I was dreaming, and I went in my bed." And some of these people healed by magic. I don't heal them. It's not me. I know it's not me. I'm not a healer. They heal themselves, but that creates processes that remove the blocks, and they can heal themselves. And I say, okay, I'm not making this up. These people are 10,000 miles away. They're in the US. I'm in Europe. I don't know them. I don't even have their photo. Then I said, okay, let's go the next step. Let's try to get to this dream state, but during the day. So I started practices. I said, no, I'm not doing the dreams anymore, because I started having more and more requests that I want to do it on Zoom video. So I did it on Zoom or WhatsApp, whatever people had. So the level of information I receive live, I don't get the same level of picture. I don't know if you've ever done psychedelics. Okay. So imagine a hologram like Avatar. It's like that. It's colors that don't exist on planet Earth. That's how I would see in dreams inside the body. If it's a really, really kind person with, let's say, angelic energy, the bones are really, really white. It's a white that doesn't exist here.
Wow. Okay.
And I don't get this very often during the day, because it's a state that is very, very difficult to reach. I believe you have to be a monk or meditate for 40 years to get to that state. But I'm getting there sometimes, honestly. I know I have it, but at the same time, it doesn't matter, because I receive the information, even if I don't see, I know it's true. So I don't know if it consumes more energy to get the visual or not, but it's just a gadget in the end. What matters is that the person feels better, visual or not. They don't care, they don't see it anyway. So
yeah.
So this is how it started, and what else happened? Oh yes, this fibroid episode is something. So there was, because sometimes I do like things on a massage table with the patient here. It was just for friends and family. And there was a lady with fibroid, and I made a mistake. I actually touched her belly, and the energy shot through my hand, and I had a burn mark inside my hand. So I said, oh my God, this is real. I'm not making this up either. That was real proof. And I lost my eyesight for 2 minutes.
Okay.
And I started to receive instructions. And it was like visuals again. It was like, Patrice, if you do this kind of work, you have to do mudras with your hand. I did not know anything about mudras. I've never studied that. It's like, how do they come with this? They showed me the moves to do. And sometimes when I do readings on people, same thing, like the little translator in the corner in the news, I get instruction with hand to this. And I actually have to follow what they are telling me, the universe. And that's working. This was absolutely incredible.
Okay, hold on 1 second before you carry on, because I'm sure so many people that might listen to your story, like, yeah, I don't believe it, which is why I reached out to you, because the stuff that you described just sounds very unbelievable. What do you tell the people? I mean, everybody would love to believe it. Do you give them, what helps them move over? Or do you only attract people who already believe? Does it help the people who are skeptical?
That's a good question. Sometimes I meet people that just want to try to see if it's true.
Okay.
And they are usually the people with the most incredible experience. It's like the universe delivers them an experience they just cannot believe. They get to see what I see. And they're like, oh my God, this is real. I had an executive of a big company. He was limping. He's been limping for, I don't know, 10 or 20 years. I do him the thing. I see a past life. He's beating up the guy with his leg in the head. And he said, oh my God, what's happening? And he starts to do, He says, why am I screaming? And the guy had tears. He said, why do I have tears? I'm not even sad. He said, I have the taste of blood in my mouth. I say, well, I have the visual. You're actually kicking the head of someone in a past life. So this is it. He gets off the massage table. Says, oh my God, I'm not limping anymore. Gone instantly.
Okay, so you talk about past lives. So
Yeah.
there's so much of what we're experiencing now that you say is connected to a past life experience. Is that correct?
Well, past life as we understand it in the 3D world,
Mm-hmm.
apparently time doesn't exist. Everything is happening at the same time. So I don't know. It doesn't matter. All we want is to feel good.
Right.
If that's fake and I'm making an imaginary story, the guy doesn't limp anymore. For me, that's enough. I don't need to know more, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not finished because he sends his wife. His wife is a nurse. Same
That's
thing.
great. Yeah.
She's limping too. She's been limping for like a few months. So from working at the hospital, I don't know. I do a thing. I see. So what I see, the visual I get is like a bar of energy planted in her leg, from the bottom of the foot to the knee. I just imagine pulling it. Same thing. She gets off the table. She doesn't limp anymore. Her eyes were like, what just happened? It's
Just like that. And so this happens for you in one session typically, or do you sometimes need longer?
It's very, very rare that I need longer, and I'm still a mystery for many people in that world because they usually need several sessions to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But some of my sessions are very long. Some last 7 hours.
Okay.
So.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a choice I made. I could do 5 sessions of 1 hour.
Yeah.
I do not like this system.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go completely against the current of modern medicine,
Mm-hmm.
which is to be a factory and quick customers. I want to take the time to spend the time with people because just speaking with them is a healing in itself. People are lonely, and some people have to give them time. Some people have to give them some time and a hand and a shoulder and an ear. And that's my goal. Spend time with people, even if I do only 1 people a day, that's fine.
And how much energy does it take from you? That's the question. Is it like, does it draw all of your energy that you have to take time?
0. Yesterday I did a very, very hard session.
Mm-hmm.
I finished at 9 p.m. I had so much energy, I had to clean the house after. It's actually the more I transmute dark stuff, the more energetic I am. I'm very strange, honestly. Nobody knows why I'm like that.
Yeah.
I've met many people. I've met monks. I've met shamans, and they're like, "Who are you?"
Special, yeah. So
not
do you,
special, but unique. We all have our uniqueness and our unique gifts. We just have to find what it is.
So do you have a feeling for why you were able to access this? What is your purpose in this world, this life, this human body?
My purpose? Oh, I know it. I've been shown my purpose in a dream. And I've been told by many mediums too. Okay. I just have to walk in the street. Everybody thinks we have a crazy mission. I have to build a hospital or start healing and stuff. Yeah. Mine is to walk in the street. And I've been shown I emit some waves and I make people happy everywhere I go. And this is my mission on this planet.
Okay.
And I love it. I love it. I absolutely resonate with this. That is totally me. I would go into a restaurant or a cafe and change the mood. And they say, some people said, because they can see too, and they say, you cross somebody in the street, if you're depressed, maybe 2 hours later, it's gone. But you don't see it. I don't see it because...
you don't know them.
No. Mm-hmm. So this is my mission. So not everybody is a mission to do actually a job. Mm-hmm. We're doing it without knowing we are doing it. Yeah. And this is freaking amazing. Except that now I can start to see what we're doing. So that is kind of cool. I see what people are doing sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. So have you come up against a lot of people trying to, squash your work and say like, I don't know, like the bad energy trying to make it difficult for you? No. Okay, cool.
Not at all, actually. People are interested. They're like, oh my God, this guy is normal. He doesn't have like the outfit and the man bun and the stuff. Normal, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of silly, but you get the idea.
Yeah. And that's so cool. So I'm curious why you decided to join Tulpacan then, because that's how I met you. I mean,
it's actually a friend who gave me the name of this forum. She said, you should post in there. You should post your story in there. Yeah. I don't know why, I just did that.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That's just how I work. I just work by impulsion like this.
So you're not actually doing Tulpacan level healing 1. You don't need this.
Exact, not at all.
Exactly. Okay, so you're just in the forum as a healer, exchanging with other healers.
I'm not a healer, I'm a reader.
A reader.
Medical disclaimer, I do not heal people. They heal themselves.
Yeah. Okay, that's magical. So tell me when was that experience from your wife when you first helped her? How long ago was that now?
Was like maybe a year and a half ago, I believe.
Only.
Not that long ago. It was very quick. The journey was very fast, and it's been
Wow.
accelerating. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yes, I repeat, it's absolutely crazy.
It sounds totally crazy. So, I mean, I work with people who have chronic conditions, and my journey was maybe similar in that I was working in corporate. I moved countries with my husband. I had 2 kids in a foreign country, and then never went back to finance where I was, the field I was in. And I had a friend that was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she was open to doing both, conventional medicine as well as, she said, okay, I found a spiritual healer here that was visiting from the Philippines, that I was told about from a friend, and she said, okay, I'll go with. And so I went with her to the spiritual healer, and he just put his hands over her and he said, like, yeah, I do sense that you have some anger. There's something that you're keeping in. And she never told me about it. And this was now for, I think, 2015, she passed away. So I always felt like, even though I was trying to help her with nutrition and learn about nutrition and the alternative way of helping people with cancer, I never had the tools and the knowledge. And so after she passed away, I decided I'm going to study nutrition. I was at a point where I needed to choose for me a new path. And I did not feel like I wanted to go back into finance. I enjoyed the work when I did it, but it just didn't speak to me anymore. And so it was a new journey for me to switch careers. And then I started studying nutrition. And as most health coaches or nutrition coaches start out, they help people with weight loss. And I realized this is not what I want to do. I want to help people with really chronic conditions like my friend. I want to learn more deeper stuff. And so I found functional medicine, and that kind of opened the doors to me to much more biochemistry and all sorts of things, blood work, which I'm a data person, I'm very logical, so I like all of that stuff. But the longer I worked with people who had difficult conditions like autoimmune disease, ankylosing spondylitis, for instance, even though they did all the clinical work, they didn't see the results they really had desired. And I felt like I need to be able to help these people. I desired to. So I kept on my journey of exploring. Also because it was a new field for me, it took me a lot of personal work to grow into my own limiting beliefs about starting a business in nutrition and having clients that I could help, etc. So I dived into emotional and energy work, found a couple of healers, did a couple of inner child work, realized, yes, I have some generational stuff. And then last year I found one healer that really spoke to me, and I did a couple of mastermind courses, and the energetics thing really stood out to me, like running your business from an energetic perspective rather than the just do strategy, left brain stuff, right? And I've come across now so many people who work in the energetic space that I thought, okay, this is what I want to incorporate into my nutrition counseling work and my functional medicine work. And I started inviting these healers to my group programs. And now more complex people are coming to me. And even though in the beginning, I didn't feel like I wanted to be able to do this work, I felt like I want to find people like you, and you can do the work. And, I'm like the conduit. And the more I'm in this, and the more I feel like I want to do this too. But
but you do it, but you don't know you do it.
Maybe.
This is the difference. You're just next to the person, you actually do it, but you don't know you do it.
That's probably to some extent true, but the logical brain doesn't believe it right now, right? I feel like
I don't know, I don't have a logical brain.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's my main problem. It's my logical brain stops me from so many things. It's the ego and whatever it is you call it. But so, yeah, I was drawn to Tolpacan because I've done, I read Bruce Lipton's book, and he wrote about Psychic K, which is muscle testing as well. And so I did a Psychic K course. And then somehow Karen's advert came in front of me, and what appealed to me, she called it healing faster than the speed of light. And for me, that is super interesting, because most of these people have been struggling for years, trying so many things over long periods of time. And if it's possible to really heal like you do, see, like you witness, I want to know. I want to. Yeah.
Okay, I met a shaman from Amazonia, and I saw he had clothes on. I said, "Oh my God, what's wrong with your back?" I saw a red dot in his back. I said, "Oh well, I used to build roofs, and I have pain, and so they can do something if you want." And he said yes. I was surprised that he said yes to a white man. And the guy could actually read my mind as I was doing the healing on him, the reading, sorry, whatever that's called. We need to invent a new word, so medical disclaimer, I'm not a healer. He said, "You are a scanner of light." I remember very well, this was in Brazilian, in Portuguese, and that is what you say with healing at the speed of light. And he said exactly the same thing. He said, "You are like a laser, and you are scanning all my body like a light pointer." He said that in Portuguese. And the next day he talked to me and he said, "Oh my God, did you know I had a lump in my shoulder here? Forever, it's gone." He said, "Who are you?" I said, I don't know who I am, doesn't matter. And this is light. I have no doubt we work with biophotons and heart wave, like it's, what's his name, the guy who does heart mass medicine, Joe Dispenza. So I believe we do the heart bubble. It emits actually electric wave that is being measured, and we send biophotons from our body. But since they travel at the speed of light, I can send them to you right now, and this increases your vibration. But it's something we cannot measure. We don't have the tools, but this is what I believe it is. It's going to be proven scientifically, I'm sure, in the next 20 or 30 years. We are supercomputers, but we don't know we are.
And we don't know how to access that either.
Yeah, we know it's been hidden from us. That's the difference.
Yeah, but so that's the question, is can you help people awaken that which they already have?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to give you the biggest secret to activate this.
Okay.
You take your TV and you throw it to the trash can and you stop watching TV. This is the biggest improvement you will see in your life.
Yeah.
Because we cannot listen to our bodies anymore. So if we cannot listen to us, we cannot feel the subtle energies. And TV and media is making us fearful of everything, and our mind is always occupied with fear. Well, I'm sorry, the police is coming to arrest me now. I'm a conspiracy theorist. This is it. I'm done.
No, maybe that's why intuitively I don't watch a lot of TV. I also feel like this is not a good use of my time. I do, however, have a little bit of this, because I feel like, how do I get this message out?
Yeah.
Right. So how do you get your message out?
Word of mouth. You just have to heal people, and they tell their friend, "Look what happened to me." I had a family the other day. The lady called me. She was a young parent with a baby. She calls me for a baby, and I said, "I'm sorry. I need to do the right shoulder of your husband." And she says, "What? How do you know this?" She says, "No, it's his left shoulder." I said, "No, it's his right shoulder." We almost got into an argument. The husband was not there. I did the shoulder right. So I'm sorry, I have to do this. I don't know why. It was like, "No, you have to do the right shoulder of the husband." The husband called the lady. He said, "What happened? My shoulder pain is gone. Chronic shoulder pain since he was born." And then she asked me for a session for her. She had a C-section. She had pain all the time, super painful periods and things like this. Gone. She said, "How did you do this? My belly feels super light." She's super happy. And but that doesn't work all the time. So people have to be, it's not exact science. We're not going to help 100% of the people, but take your chance, try it, and just give it a chance.
Absolutely.
Worst scenario, nothing was going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, you lost maybe a little bit of money, but okay, it's totally worth trying it.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you then, so how easy it is to get a consultation with you?
It's super easy. People go on my website, they find the calendar, they book a date.
Okay. So I'm going to book a time with you to help my mom.
Yeah, but does your mom agree? Because if people don't agree, you cannot help them. This is universal law.
Yeah, that's the universal law. So I will speak to her. Can I show her part of this video?
Sure.
Okay.
And that does work on photo too. I don't like to work on photo because I prefer people to invest also themselves in the reading. Medical disclaimer. But I've noticed that doesn't work as well if people don't invest themselves.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of stuff happens during sessions. Honestly, some people have some conversions, somatic experiences, vomiting. It's like, what? It's incredible. And that works also not only for diseases, but also for traumas. I have incredible results with rape, abuse, fights, and stuff like that. PTSD. That's absolutely mind-blowing.
I think you and I are going to spend more time together.
And I can, okay, I'm going to tell you this because this is very interesting. I was working on a woman and I could actually feel their genitals in my belly because sometimes I can feel the pain in my body, which really shows you that we are all connected, because everybody was saying that we're all connected. What are they talking about? This is true. I can feel the pain. And I saw on the screen and she said, oh my God, I can see this is true. And she said, I'm so happy that a man can feel a woman's pain, and that changed their life. And I know I'm not alone. I know there are people like me, and that's incredible. Same thing with women who have painful periods or irregular cycles. I had a lady who had her cycle every 2 months. It's back to normal after one session. And pain is gone too. I mean, it changes your life changed instantly. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to do this with everybody. First of all, I cannot work with everybody. My time is limited. I don't want to be a factory of taking people also. I want to have a quality of life.
Sure.
And what works also very well, because I've started doing this, it's several people on one patient. And my dream is to have like 100 healers, let's say the word healers, medical disclaimer. We're not healers, but we're using this word on one patient who is really sick and see what happens. This is really my dream. And I know I'm going to get to do this in this life. I have no doubt. And
awesome.
Because what I understood is that everybody works with a specific frequency.
Yeah.
I don't know the measure unit. Maybe it's in hertz or whatever that is. Let's say I work from 100 to 110 hertz. I have a range like this. Maybe you work on this one. And if we have more healers, we can do a big range of problems and work together and team up and help so many people. That's going to be mind-blowing. I know this is going to happen in this lifetime. I have no doubt.
That's very cool. Which part of Portugal are you in?
In Algarve, Albufeira, the south, yes.
Oh, nice. Okay. And in France, you say which part of France when you
Burgundy, by Dijon, let's say, east.
Okay.
Was 3 hours from Switzerland. And yes, and this is absolutely amazing. But what's also really amazing is that what people say is how I can transmute the dark things, because some people can see energies. I've met people who can see energies, and they say, we don't know how you do it, but I'm very fast at removing things, because sometimes it takes people 2 or 3 hours, and I can do it in 1 minute. I don't know how I do it, honestly. I have no idea how that works. But I've discovered I can attune people.
Really?
So people can work with this energy. It's an attunement, but I cannot give it to everybody. Okay. I've discovered this last week, so this is relatively new. So what I know is... How do
you do that?
It's with, I put my intention and then I let the universe do it. So I completely lose my left brain. I lose control over my head when I do a session. It moves like this. It's actually not random. It's automatic writing. I'm seeing it's writing things. Sometimes I'm receiving words or like, stop eating bananas. This is dangerous for you. This is quite incredible technology. I love it. And it draws some sort of light around the body of the person I want to attune.
Yeah.
But not everybody can be attuned. It's people with a pure heart can. You have to be kind, else that does not work.
Okay. Interesting.
So people have to work on their kindness first, but
Yeah.
with a pure heart. It's not about giving $1 million to a foundation. It's about giving with your heart. And this is there is a very big difference. So I don't know how to teach that to people. I don't know how to teach kindness to people.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And how do you read that they are pure of heart? You just sense it. Is that correct?
Yes, it's the attunement will not work. I bounce off of the body, it's like point. If I try to force it, it's impossible to enter in the body.
Okay. And so you say because it's relatively new, how many have you helped to attune?
I've attuned 4 people so far.
Okay.
And I've attuned the people, a person who does Reiki.
Yeah.
And we did a group session with her. And there was another person who can see energies with our eyes open in that session.
Mm-hmm.
And so the lady's name is Amy. And the other lady said, "Oh, Amy, what happened to you?" It's like when you do a healing now, it's like a meteor shower. It's like it's more power. So what I've discovered, we can accumulate technologies. I call that a technology, spiritual technology, whatever that is, to help people in a more efficient way. So it's very abstract. Most people won't believe it, but that's fine. The people who will believe it will benefit from this, and that's amazing. And I'm very happy for them.
Can you do group
Yes.
readings? Okay.
Yeah,
I'll be
sometimes we
careful
do.
as well. Yeah.
Well, I've already had a lawsuit about a dentist directory, so imagine with this,
Yeah, I
what
know.
it's was
Yeah,
going to
what
be,
is,
you know.
yeah, for sure. And I
Yeah.
hear you. Okay.
But I know it's true because I have many doctors and nurses who come to see me.
Mhm.
They just don't want to talk about it because they would lose their license.
Yeah.
We also the same thing. They know it's true. We don't want to take the industrial medicine because they see what it does to the patient in the hospital. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying we've gone too far with the chemistry, maybe. There's too much commercial consumerism,
Mhm.
money, because I mean, I'm very happy for the anesthesia. When you go to the dentist, thank you,
Yes.
science. I love the science. That works. I know that works. I have no doubt that works, but come on, we have to come back to reason.
Mhm.
We've gone crazy about money, and
Yeah.
we have to join the two worlds, the holistic and scientific. That's going to make miracles. But that's not good for business. That's going to empty the hospitals very quickly.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So what are we going to do about that? Put Patrice in jail again? No.
No, we wouldn't want that. So, okay, do you want to tell me how that whole thing resolved? Has it resolved, the whole lawsuit in France, or?
Yes. So I received a letter and they said, "Do you want to settle for 75,000 euros without a lawsuit?" I cried. My wife had cried too. We cried. We were so happy. So I had to do a loan to pay this off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in debt because of this. This is the burden of my life right now. But I'm paying a little bit every month, and
Well, you'll heal so many people.
I'll read so
You
many
will
people.
read so many people that will send you more people that you will be able to pay it off super quick.
Yeah, actually, I have people who book for 1 year now. I don't
Yay.
have that many patients. They all said they said, "You're going to be so famous, there will be no space for me anymore." Oh my God, that is hilarious.
Well, it's
No.
true, isn't it, Patrice? If you're getting results as fast as you're getting, there will be a long queue outside your door. So I'm already looking in your calendar. and I will book you for an attunement, and I'll book you for a reading of my mom. And I'm curious then as well, if for people who are in a phase of their life where they're just having difficulty, similar to like what you had before the entire awakening, right? Because there are a lot of people in that phase where that transition is happening for them. That obviously happened for you. And they're in that mess, that dark phase where they just don't see anything good. What do you say to that?
I can help them too. That happened many times. Okay, this is true stories that happened several times. 2 ladies could not find work. And it was at the beginning when I was doing the readings for free to see if this was real.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I don't know. I see a line that went outside the body of the lady on some sort of wall or something like that. And she said, I've been looking for work for 6 months. The lady lives in the miniature village in the United States. There is no companies, nothing. There's no work. She says, I gave up sending resumes. And I said, I see a wall. Do you want me to remove it? And she said, yes. So I deleted it. Delete. She did not send a resume. Believe it or not, 2 hours later, she had a job offer in her village. That happened twice with different people. So this is story number 1. Story number 2. A young lady, I did a session on her, completely traumatized. I removed the trauma. And I said, I could see her third eye. I can see the third eye of people and where it's connected. And I said, you know, you can channel. And she said, what? She said, just try now. And she started channeling. 1 second after. So I remove blocks. I see like electronic circuitry on the bodies of the people, and I see blocks, and I can remove them. Okay. And it activates their psychic gifts, if you want to call them, their clairs, let's call that. All their clairs get activated. So it's not, I don't activate them. I believe this is a soul contract or something like this. We have to meet me to, this is the day, this is happening, but we still need somebody to press the on button, and this is me. Something like this. It's not very clear still, but I know it's true. That happened too many times. And everybody's discovering their gifts, and that's very cool because everybody has different gifts. As a group, we activated a lady. Okay, this is going to sound insane, and I believed her because I have a friend who does the same thing. She says, oh my God, I can see hieroglyphs on people's skins. Mm-hmm. She says, what is that? It's like holograms, but it's hieroglyphs. And after a few days, she understood what the hieroglyphs mean. And it's like an aura reading, and she can read their future.
So but she has somebody else that's telling her exactly what the hieroglyph means? She
just knows. It's like she can read English. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And when she sees the person, sometimes they have nothing. But when she realized that she's like a male lady in a way, that if people have something written on their skin, she can tell them it's like their guides or whatever that's called. I don't know. It's like, yeah, that's a message for you. You have mail. That's absolutely amazing. That's absolutely amazing. And I had no doubt about this lady because I have a friend who saw the same thing, so I know that was true.
Wow. So how often do you meet with your group, and do you?
We do like 4 or 5 meetings a week.
A week? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Cool. And then what are you doing in these meetings? Are you just exchanging experiences, or?
It's random. Just we channel whatever needs to come up. People can raise their hand if you have a question. They say, okay, I need help. Maybe it's me sometimes. Maybe I say, oh, I feel dirty. Can you do a cleaning on me?
Wow. So it's like people with gifts helping each other elevate.
Yes, and the people who don't have gifts, we clean them up and we activate their gifts.
Marvelous. How do I get access?
CosmicAwakening.org. I'll give you. I'll send you a code.
Cool.
Yeah, okay. That's crazy. Honestly, that's crazy. We did not realize that people would be cleaned up so quickly, because when you can see energies, you can see what's on the body of the person. Because since if there are like 6 or 7 people working on you, it's really, really quick, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like people's lives change. There's just no doubt. I don't know that works. I don't need to know. I just know this is true. This is impossible to explain. You have to be open to it, of course. If you have some resistance, that's not going to work.
No, I probably a few years ago would have had resistance, but now I'm like, I'm in. Yeah.
And yeah, that's absolutely crazy. Honestly, I don't know what to say. I am not I have a scientific mind, I would say. I used to be a computer programmer. But I was open to Buddhist traditions, let's call it like this. Plus my mom had premonitory dreams all the time. Since I was a kid, she would write them in a book. So I know I was open to the spiritual world. But to that level, I did not realize
Yeah.
what was possible.
Yeah, I suspect like my daughter has something, but I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah. She's from a young age just felt different or behaved differently that you wouldn't think like a 2, a 3, a 10, a 13-year-old would say, you know, just the things that come out of her mouth sometimes are just.
And I'm going to tell you a good story then. I had a doctor. I gave her a reading on her reading because she cannot figure out her problem. She saw a dragon. She said, "Oh my God, there's a dragon." And her hand started burning. He went like, what happened? She had a problem with her hands. She says, "What's happening with my hands? They're warming up like." And you know what made her believe? It's like a body part where I could not access. I said, "I'm sorry, I cannot access your foot, your left foot." And she said, "Oh my God, I just had surgery." And she had like a titanium something in the, whatever that, I don't know. I'm not a medical doctor, but, and that really made her believe that this was true. The fact that I could not do it was more powerful than the fact that I could do it.
Fascinating. And you knew that before she even said anything to you?
Yeah, people don't talk. I do a first reading where people don't say anything.
Yeah.
And then they talk later. I prefer. I don't want to be interfered in my reading, but I do not see everything.
Okay.
For some problem, if you don't ask, you don't get help. I believe your soul wanted to experience this. So if you want to stay stop, you have to say stop in your human form. Say stop. I had enough of my, I don't know, a liver problem or whatever. Can you do something? But if it's too advanced, I think it's too late to reverse. This is something that's quite unclear for now. Oh, we need more power. We need a lot of healers for readers. Sorry, readers for the organ. I'm just a single human. I can do. Well, I don't have unlimited power. Apparently, we do, but I'm not there yet. I'm not a monk of 50 years of experience at the top of a mountain.
Well, you've come a hell of a long way in a very short space of time, so it's.
Yeah, but I have a good mentor.
It's only going to be like quantum leap, right?
It doesn't matter. It's already amazing. What?
Yeah, totally.
If I could help just one more person, that's already enough. Imagine if everybody helps one person in the world, done. Problem solved.
Yeah. And who is your mentor, and how did you find your mentor?
When we went to Portugal, the lady with the massage salon, Instituto Oya, she's actually a shaman descendant from Amazonia, and she trained in Nepal with monks. But she was born like that. She could see energies from birth.
Wow.
She can see through bodies. She's so advanced. It's like, I'm pretty sure she could levitate if she wanted to. But her work is very misunderstood. She's not very diplomatic, let's call it like this. She's the kindest person in the world, but she's really silly, and she lacks the Occidental skills of diplomacy, let's call it like this. She's very direct. She's been trained by monks, and they are very, very hard. Wow. So people go and they are afraid and they leave and they don't come back. But I came back because I knew she was a real deal deep down.
Yeah.
She gives the hardest lesson, but you have the biggest progress in a quick amount of time. And she's the sweetest woman. I'll give you the URL of her site and her address. Nice. She's the real deal, honestly. I'm nothing compared to her in terms of capacities, really, honestly. She works with touch. If she touches you, she knows everything about your life. She can probably know your credit card number. That's how precise she is.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like I had to meet you for some reason, or I was drawn to your name. I mean, out of everybody, I didn't personally message anybody, so yeah.
Thank you for my name, my complicated name that nobody can pronounce. Right?
Yeah. Well, what you wrote stood out to me, and so I just felt I had to reach out, and I'm so glad that you responded positively to.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you, my wife, for the beautiful photo. So many people told me I saw the photo, I knew it was you. That is so weird. Oh my God.
That's great. Well, it's so good to meet you, Patrice, and I look forward to speaking to you more often. So
Okay, and let's do a session together and let's see what happens.
So the best way is for me to go to your website and go via Calendly or something like that. Is that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Good. Good. Well, I look forward to seeing you again.
Okay, me too. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.